何？ No, no, no! A fucking...
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day weekend. I hope everybody got to spend time with their significant others and have a good time. So, guys, I want to cover a few things today. We're going to cover some cryptocurrencies, get into some news for the weekend, get everybody set up for this long week ahead of us. So, I alerted the Discord guys a couple days ago that I was going to be taking a little bit of profits. We've been kind of running up since Thursday. And it kind of made sense. You know, on these 3-day weekends, we typically see some type of catalyst or some type of news event that usually stirs up the market. And then, you know, the ETF markets are closed down to absorb all this selling pressure. Sure enough, we got some stuff that popped off. So, guys, we're going to cover some of this real quick. Please make sure you're subbed to the channel. Please make sure you leave some love in the comment sections below. Also, in the comments section somewhere above, there's going to be a hype button. If you guys could be so kind to hit that hype button for me. Your boy's trying to get to this 2,000 subs by this year. Starting off a little slow, wasn't, you know, thinking we're going to hit a full-fledged bear market, but, you know, these crypto markets always seem to be full of surprises. So, look, we got to roll with the punches. We're here for the long term. So, if that sounds good to you guys, let's get into this. All right, so Mr. Garrett Jin dumped over $500 million worth of ETH over the weekend. This was the guy that was doing leverage on his ETH a few weeks, I think last week, and he got completely liquidated. So he said, you know what? F you crypto bros. I'm going to liquidate all my ETH on you guys, and he dumped the price of ETH. So, man, I think we're sitting at, what, 2,100 on Saturday. Next thing I woke up, and we were almost touching 1,800. So I was like, wow. That didn't take long. Luckily, I was, like I said, again, taking some profits a little bit on some altcoins, so I was able to buy back on some stuff. Like, again, guys, you know, this was kind of to be expected, right? So this dude cashed out, but we got some good news, though. X is going to be started integrating some type of trading with Ethereum and a few other altcoins. We got the news on this on Saturday. I'm not sure how they're going to, you know, integrate all this, but this is going to be, I guess, maybe working with another exchange, providing, you know, the ability to buy crypto on X. So this is obviously going to be some pretty good news for a few altcoins that get selected to be on X's trading site. So that's always good to see. Also, we had some news that U.S. job numbers were revised down over 1 million, making it the largest annual revision in decades. I remember when this happened a few years back under the Biden administration. Trump was the first one to hop on Truth Social and voice his opinions. I wonder how they are feeling about this. So this is kind of some interesting news as well. And then, guys, real quick from Cryptos R Us, PayPal makes a Solana its default network for stablecoin payments. So this is also some pretty good news. Look, at the end of the day, guys, you know, things are obviously not looking great for, you know, some altcoins. But at the end of the day, I still believe that, you know, look, eventually all this selling pressure is going to stop. We're going to see some type of reversal and things will begin to start to hopefully go to the upside. Also, too, you know, BlackRock was buying into Uniswap. Hedera Hashgraph is now partnering up with FedEx. So you're seeing a lot of these bigger corporations and companies starting to use and take a liking to certain cryptocurrencies. So I'm convinced, guys, that eventually the markets will turn back around. The thing is, though, will you be there? So we just need to make sure that we sit tight a little bit. I know this sucks, but, you know, we have kind of no choice. And real quick, guys, I just want to show off the exchange real quick that we're using. BenuX. Again, the links are below. I highly suggest, guys, if you're in any discords that are not providing any type of guidance or any, you know, insights on, you know, leverage, giving you guys any type of teachings, I recommend you guys please make adjustments. Don't just join somewhere where you're just getting signals. It's always good to learn and have people kind of break down what is happening in the markets. And there's no shame in the game. You know, look, sometimes, you know, there's a lot of people out here that need help. And there's a lot of great groups out there, even if it's not Plebz or KGU. You guys are more than welcome to always, you know, ask me or DM me. I can give you guys a good line of people that I think that are pretty good in this market, okay? But there are a lot of grifters. So just remember that, you know, crypto's full of used car salesmen. Make sure people are earning your trust before you give them your dollar. So the fear and greed index is sitting at a 12. Market cap is down, 1% on the day. And, we have some pretty good gainers on the day. VVV token. This was something that I was watching very closely. They are doing some burns on their token. So usually that typically reduces the amount of token in supply. But it literally ran up 140% in a day. So I don't know if it was that bullish of a catalyst. So currently I'm watching this. We may short this, but I want to wait for this to kind of cool down a little bit. So we should probably keep that on our eyes. If you guys are trading, maybe that might be one that you want to keep on the radar as well. I do want to cover Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin is showing us that it's in an ascending triangle right now. Typically, these break down to the downside 70% of the time. And so it doesn't mean that it's a for sure breakdown. It's about 30%. But as you can see, guys, very similar to this pattern right here. So we need to keep an eye on this. For me, I'm watching this area around 68,000. So we're about almost $500 from there. If we start looking like we're going to break below, I'm probably going to be looking for some shorts. I'm going to be looking for anywhere between 66 to 65. If we start breaking below there, then we run a lot of risk coming back below down to that lower 60. And I think you guys get the gist on that. We start going level by level. We start breaking down from there. Then we should obviously be expecting a 54,000 Bitcoin, as well. Ethereum not looking too hot as well, guys. That big, massive sell-off on the day, I think it was almost 6%. Let's take our little measuring tool real quick. Almost 8%. So this dude was pretty pissed off. He said, you know what? F Jumpman, I'm going to completely just dump my ETH on this dude. And we are feeling it over here. But look, I did a lot of majority of my buys in this 1700 zone. So I'm doing okay. I am watching this level, though, of 1935. We start breaking below there. I'm going to be probably taking a short down here to this 1800. Once we get down to this 1800, I want to see if we're going to reverse back up. If we don't reverse back up, then we run the risk to come back down here to this $1,700, $1,500 ETH. So please, guys, keep that on the radar. We don't want to be, guessing out here. I typically like just to play the range and just kind of move token by token, going level by level. Like I said, everybody has opinions in the space. Somebody could be right, somebody could be wrong. At the end of the day, we shouldn't really care about that. We should only be really caring about the levels and making sure that these tokens are holding up. And if they're not holding up, where should be the next point of interest, okay? All right, and then last but not least, let's cover XRP. I don't want to cover too many coins today, guys. I think at the end of the day, these top three right here are going to be basically kind of leading everything in the forefront. If these guys are dumping, then pretty much everything else is going to be dumping as well. Nice V-shaped recovery, on the 5th of February. Had a nice pushback up. Everybody probably thought, XRP is going to go to $3. And then the rug just got yanked out, with this, all this stuff with ETH was in the result of XRP as well. Two different chains, nothing to do with one another. But like I said, at the end of the day, guys, all these cryptos pretty much are all, joined at the hip. If one goes down, they all go down. So this is a pretty big drop just off on one day, almost 14%. So this was actually even more than Ethereum, which is pretty crazy. But, like I said, at the end of the day, not surprised, and you shouldn't be either, okay? Support down here at 35 cents. First line in the sand is going to be 41. We're already pretty much approaching this 44 cents. We start breaking below there. I'm likely going to probably get into short here, probably short term right here, around maybe 40 to 31, 38 cents. And then again, we'll just kind of assess below to see what happens from there. Again, guys, not surprised. I don't think anybody should be. We have a lot of stuff that, typically happens on these 3-day weekends. So we just got to kind of play things out and see how this transpires over tomorrow. We'll be paying attention to the pre-markets, and then we'll give an update to see what kind of macro news we have then. Like I said, just a quick video today. I didn't want to go too far into it. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're just going to hit a few coins, look over some stuff, and then we'll touch base tomorrow and see where that goes from there. All right, guys, I hope you guys, watch the video, write this stuff down. Remember, guys, this is the part of the cycle where you know, there's going to be bounces here along the way, and this is going to be opportunities for you guys to, you know, buy back lower, sell when we get up, and then, you know, sell a little bit off and then kind of swing trade. Or you can just kind of hold through this, you know, painful part of the market. But, you know, again, guys, you know, eventually the selling pressure will stop, and you know, we'll see better days soon ahead. Okay, so with that being said, guys, please, again, short video. You guys should be able to watch through this, no problemo. We'll touch base with you guys later on during the week. Y'all stay blessed. Jumpman out.